Good morning, FGC. We are coming to you live right after the Tekken. Well, actually during the Tekken, like after the Tekken, like finals and everything like that. I stepped out for a second, so I didn't see the F Your Mom. F Your Mom trailer.
You're gonna call him by his real name after this.
So let's check it out right now. Hopefully it stayed. I don't think it stayed. It did. All right, we're good.
We're doing things.
All right, here we go. Your mom better watch out.
Oh, for goodness sake. I'm telling you, you're actually gonna call him by his name after this. The player, the character himself is a terror, so.
We'll see how much terror he is in this game, right?
He was a terror in 7, so we'll see.
Okay, we've seen this part.
Yep, I like the nickname that he has.
He's the guy that's in the goofy mask. I always fight with your mom at Disney.
Oh, dear Lord. He's Thunderstruck.
Oh!
Works, right?
I kinda like it, yeah. Did he have the crown in the last one?
It wasn't a crown, but it was a headband.
I'll kill anybody. Ooh, he's got that Miguel kind of vibe about him.
Kind of.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. I like the cancel. Is that a
low parry?
Oh god, that's disgusting.
And that's an armor break. That is an armor break.
He's got a magic 4? Get the hell out of here.
That wasn't even a magic 4. That's a back forward 4. That's literally the move for it.
Giant
that's
man.
A parry.
It's a, that's an install right there.
I was talking about that.
That's
with you about that.
Yeah. Woo!
He reminds me of Sagat. Oh my god.
Okay. He popped it. Oh,
and he smashed
immediately. Jeez. At least it makes you like away from him.
Oh yeah.
My wife and my daughter.
It's hard knockdown.
Who am I thinking of? That's like it's a movie where he's like Claude.
There's multiple movies with Muay Thai, my guy.
With Jean-Claude in it.
Kickboxer.
Probably kickboxer, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Tong Po.
Tong Po, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
You're talking about Tong Po. That was one of my favorite fucking actors, bro.
When I see him, that's what I think about when different kind of. Ooh, oh my god, Jesus, we're gonna rewind on this.
Armor break again, bro.
And then the disrespect. Wait, was he in a dizzy? Was that a dizzy state? That wasn't a dizzy state.
I hope it's not a dizzy state.
That's not. I didn't see that. I didn't even see that. On the head. How's he gonna spin it? How's he gonna spin it though?
Oh my god.
How do you spin it? How do you spin it? Oh shit.
Yo, his fucking texture. Look at that shit. Okay, that is the dopest way to finish it.
Oh, right in your side there?
Love it. Wait for me in hell.
Jesus. Jesus.
I'm telling you, this character is gonna be. Wait.
Okay.
Do not stop it. Do not stop it.
Okay.
Do not stop it. Because watch, there's a sneak peek.
Okay.
Hold on.
July 7th.
Yep.
Officially July 10th. So we're on the 7th.
Which is on Comic's birthday. So shout out to Comic. Nice costumes.
Okay.
Very nice.
Very Thailand.
That's his old school one. That's what he looked like back in the old one.
I ain't never seen a tie that big.
There's some. I've been in Thailand before. There's some big dudes up there, but some of them are relatively short. Now this, oh yeah, my boy Armor King is back, boy. Woo!
Bro, me and Will were just talking about this character.
My boy Armor King
me and Will were just talking about this character. Like, listen, if he was coming after my mom, all I'm going to say is, like...
What is his name? No. Say his name right now. Not fuck your mom.
Fahkuram?
Thank you. His name is Fahkuram. Say like, his name with authority.
I would be like... if he disrespect my mom, I'd be like, Mom, you know, I love... Look at me, Mom. I love you. But... Like, gotta do this small.
Like, but I need you to grab me a shotgun out of that closet.
All right, let's go back through it.
I'm gonna explain what I mean by armor break and why it looks like an armor break. So I'm gonna need you to pause when you see that.
Yep.
And I want to show you a couple other things that actually replicate the same thing that he was in Tekken 7.
All right, so we're saying that, right? You were saying that he looks a lot like his Tekken 7 iteration, correct?
Yes, it's literally the same thing.
And you were also saying that some characters they got reworked.
Okay, so when you look at Eddie Gordo from Tekken 7, Tekken 6, and Beat in the past, I want you to look at some few videos from him because his stance is different and his playstyle was different. If you go into your handstand, his legs were spread, and then he can do like helicopter kicks and all this other dumb shit. Something that he does not have anymore.
Which made him pretty good in 7 as well, right?
He was okay.
I seen him in a couple like Tekken World tournaments at the end, in the middle of the Tekken 7. He was like
because they gave him a substantial buff because he was actually partially weak in the very beginning of the
seems to be a theme of Eddie.
But he ended up getting a substantial buff mid-season. And they kept him that way because he was actually pretty damn good. Overall, he still mid-tier to this day because he wasn't all that great. But his stance was completely different. His Negativa, where he goes on the ground and he holds like one plant on it with one hand. He didn't do that back in Tekken 7.
And you're also saying that Anna is like totally reworked.
Anna is completely reworked. She used to have a back sway. She used to fight almost exactly like Nina. So you can tell the only difference is like maybe like 1 or 2, maybe 4 moves for like both of them, but they were both relatively the same.
She's all missile now.
Yeah, now she's a missile baby. And she's completely reworked and has stances just like everybody else.
So like, I mean, those characters that are legacy characters, like I feel like, and like I know, look Tekken Faithful. I'm just speaking as a Tekken 8 player. Like you know, I know like some characters you want to be reworked because like, you know, I've been playing this character for 30 years.
I was begging.
You know what I mean?
I was begging for Eddie Gordo to be somewhat more urban compared to what he was, like how Capoeira really looks like. Because when you look at what it was in 7, 6, and 5, and so on from the back, his stance is a capo, but when you look at his command list, it says Negativa, he just lands on his back. And I'm like, that is not a Negativa. So what did they do? They created the Negativa to look properly. They did a complete rework on the move list, and he plays completely different. Like, but it feels good because everything goes together in the game, but seeing as like Fahkuram just came out, I'm gonna just say after mom. Since he's just a last, he came out at the end of last game. He was the very last.
So it really doesn't make it really don't make no sense to rework something that. But I heard there was.
You want to know something funny? I think Fahkuram during that time was the beta test of how they wanted their characters to be in Tekken 8. Now, the reason why I say that is because when we're going to rewatch it, I'm going to show you every single move that was a terror in Tekken 7 and what it actually, what is still in the game and why they made it the way they did.
So he's like the Luke for Tekken.
Yes, he's like the Luke for Street Fighter from Street Fighter 5.
All right, let's check it out because he has some ish.
And I'm gonna.
Did he have the install last time?
Yes,
he did.
Yes, but the thing was, it didn't work properly. Like it was slightly bugged. Like you'll hit him and it'll just parry off and you go, but it was an armor and you still took damage. I think in this it's a full parry. So I'm gonna explain.
Yeah, that low parry was sick.
That was also a thing, and he has that stance too. But that's just a new nickname. He was something. He was definitely something else in that. But I'll show you.
Like he's a demon.
In the trailer for Tekken 7, he was fighting Craig.
That's a big guy too.
All right, so boom, boom. That he had cancels. That right there is a counter hit. If you look at that,
he got the magic. You know the magic pixels. The magic crap comes off your hands and you do it.
If you look, you see how he spun.
Yeah.
He went into a move and he tapped another move and then he tapped the third move to get a third elbow, to get an elbow out.
So is he a cancel?
He's character? A cancel heavy character.
I kind of like that. I thought that's what Anna looked like when she went into like the
like, you know how Steve has that down forward 1-2-1?
Yeah.
Cancel heavy. He's literally the same way. But with him, he can either hit you with a mid or hit you with a low. And you don't expect it. That's a counter hit. Now let me show you the button that's going to be a big terror. That knee's always going to be a nasty mid.
But that knee was like, was that double dash? Because
it's 4-4-4.
Because
but if you looked at the sparks, that means that was a perk.
That's what I'm saying.
It might be a perfect input.
Yeah.
Anna has that too.
That was again. They did it.
That was
the cancel.
I can't believe that move's tracking too. That's fucking scary, bro. That
It kind of looks a little bit like
that's a mid tracking. God damn! Boom. That's a cancel.
Yeah,
and that's a low parry.
Is that from stance or is that like because he didn't even?
No, he'll go into that stance and then you can't hit low. That move right there was a fucking terror in Tekken 7. That kick.
He's got a lot of these like the dust moves.
I'm praying on block. It doesn't do what it did in Tekken 7. Here, let me show you something real quick. While that's going, I'm gonna show you Fahkuram from Tekken 7.
Okay, we can cue it up.
Well, I don't want you to cue that up on the track. Yeah. We're doing it, you know. Yeah. I'm gonna show you here so you know the difference and why it was such.
I'm saying once you cue it up there, I can. No, I can't actually.
No, yeah, you won't be able to. That's why I said don't worry about it.
Okay.
Tekken 7 trailer. Let me do that. Trailer. All right, there. Tekken 7 Fahkuram DLC. Is this it? Yep, this is it. All right. I'm gonna show you the same why he was such a big threat. Is this oh, that's a reveal. Oh wait, no, that should be the whole thing. Yeah, it's just heavily trailer based. Made him look like a beast, right? Mm-hmm. But look at his height in game. Short. See? That you see? Mm-hmm. Look at that hard knockback. That was plus 19.
Yeesh.
Yeah. That's why I said that kick was a terror.
You got to hold that.
Now, the other thing that you were talking about before, let me see if I can find it. It was the install, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there it is. All right, let me show you real quick. And that's his throw from part 2, and then boom, here's install.
Ah, okay.
But it didn't do anything. That was the thing. It didn't do shit. Huh. So I think they implemented into a parry into this game. So
because I was thinking to myself like I don't remember that at all in the 7.
Yeah, but that's what he did, and they added new shit to him now, which he looks scarier in this game. I ain't gonna lie. That right there is a fucking tracking mid, and you get was a tracking, and that's a low parry.
Okay, so is a low parry auto once he puts his leg up like that, I guess, or you have to
kind of like you know how Leroy does his parry and it does high and mid.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with him. You'll just pop. He'll go into that little. It's a counter though. It's not.
Oh, there it is again.
You can't push a button when you're in that counter state, so you can get jabbed in the mouth if you try it.
So that's it right there.
Yeah,
that's it. Yep.
That and what makes that more scarier in this game, it's armor breaking. All right, now let me see what else he got. This is the parry that they just implemented with that move.
Kind of like King.
It's more like Steve.
Ooh, I want to see how you. It's like Steve. What you mean?
When you see how his hand got popped in the air, that's a Steve reference. Okay. That means it might only take care of highs.
So when you get this, I wonder if you're going with this install. I wonder if you're going to get install moves with it. You know what I'm saying?
Every character got some sort of an install when they're in heat. So we already know that.
This is not heat. This is just his install.
That's just him. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, like
which I think there's something implemented. Yeah, see, his arms are like always like that. So I think that one partial setting he was in heat.
This is like Brian. This is like Brian when he does his come here. And he like powers up. This is a power up install. This is not.
I gotta see where he implemented it because I didn't see.
Yeah. So he's got it right now.
No. See, he did a parry.
That was it.
No, but they cut the scene, and he was already in heat. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Let's see. So
that's a
he gets the parry. When he gets the parry.
Now look, after that parry,
he's got the install right now.
They cut the scene.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? They cut the scene. Oh wait, you're right.
Yeah.
His hands glowed right after the parry.
So he's got the install right now, right?
Yep.
And I think he's got install moves. So I think this move right here is one of because I think that expands it.
It turns off after you do it.
So like Brian and like Leo, they got when they got their buffs or whatever like that. I think
that's more like Claudio. It's not like them. I think it's more like Claudio because Claudio has to hit you and then boom, he's got it. Him, he has to parry you and boom, he's got it.
Okay.
So I think that's what it's more like that. Okay. I think what they did with him in this version than what they did in Tekken 7, because Tekken 7 he was a bully character. I think they turned him into a counter hitter.
Not many of those in this game.
There's not many counter hitters. That's a cancel. Into a heat?
Nah, I think that's just his moves. That's his.
Oh no, that was not a heat smash. That was an install. Yeah,
that's his install moves. He probably got different install moves inside of heat.
Yeah, kind of like Kazuya has like a cinematic move like that too.
Yeah, but like what's the karate chick? She has the same. She has something similar.
Lydia has something like that.
And Eddie has something similar too when he has his little his little whatchamacallit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They all have cinematic sequences.
And he keeps it after he, so he gets to keep it after heat. So
I'm pretty sure it burns some of it. No, that was the end of his heat smash.
I know, but after his heat smash, he keeps the install.
I think that was just off a replay value.
Because Leo does the same thing. After his heat smash, he gets to keep his install.
Oh no, he'll keep the buff.
Yeah,
I think
keep the buff. Exactly.
Yeah, he'll keep the buff until he burns it. When he burns that buff, then he has to earn it back.
Speaking of doubles,
Brian.
That's not, that'll hurt a lot.
Oh, the one thing about this man, Fahkuram, that's all in heat, by the way.
That's not in heat.
Or in his buff.
This gives him the buff. Getting this hits out gives him the buff.
That's armor, and I put him in that state.
Yes.
AIDS, bro. That's one of the moves. Ridiculous.
That's one of his buff moves. When he spins around, it does a kick. That's one of his buff moves. Check it out.
Yeah, I know. He popped armor, bam, and he got the fucking state.
Now here, he's about to blow it right now.
Bam, bam. Yeah, that's wild.
And it's automatic because if you get the low, you're gonna get the high because you clip him.
Yeah, that's
hopefully it's negative if you don't get.
Oh, I'm pretty sure if you block the low, he'll be negative 26.
So check it out. This is one of his buff. This is one of his buff moves. The break. The armor break.
Yeah, that's an armor break.
So he gets
upcoming. Boom, boom, break.
And he expends it. And I like. That's a cool animation. Like he steams off after the buff is over with.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And then
that's just.
I think that's just a disrespect.
That's his like. What do they call it? When you be charging up.
A charge punch.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's because that's plus. So, oh, maybe he's the pressure.
No, that's not plus. They nerfed that shit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, see how much pushback that they made that? They did this on purpose.
Thank you.
They let you know how bad that is.
Thank you. Because that was.
But you got to realize people don't do that in mid match. I never see nobody do this to a knee. I see them do that in a combo in the corner.
No, because it was so plus that you could do it, and then if they try to press the button, it's a frame trap.
Well, it ain't no more. It's actually been nerfed pretty damn hard.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the third nerf for it. Damn, and Brian's getting the shit kicked out of him this fucking match. He's been a terror this season.
He's pretty obnoxious, man. He's been pretty obnoxious. He's one of the.
That is a really, really cool.
And he's one of the characters I wanted to play most in Tekken 7. I just didn't get a handle for him. He's like a cool character to watch, but I don't.
I'm hoping that there's 2 different headbands for him because I don't like that headband. Wait, I'm waiting for the costumes to show because I want to see the costumes really quick.
I almost bought a headband like that. It's because it's like an African kind of like crown a little bit.
That's a Thai crown though, but you have to earn those.
But it didn't look like this, but it like imagine this part right here not being that high and it being wrapped around the front.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I was gonna get one of the crowns.
Let me see the costumes. That's that one, purple.
That's super. That's like all the Thai temples.
Yeah, Thai temple stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That's war armor. They don't have the regular fucking headband. That's whack. Okay, but yeah, that's Fahkuram.
And
they did add his story though, which is good.
And let's see this character right here because he's blowing fire.
That's one of his trademarks. I'm gonna show you.
But is he king? Is he the other king? Is he just like one of the kids in the orphan?
That is.
Which king is which version of this is?
I don't know at this point.
Because there's Armor King, and then I read that there's the king that killed Armor King something, and then there's a kid that came back as king.
So,
but he's not really king.
Here's the story.
Yeah.
The first original king died of an illness.
Yeah.
The second king was killed by Craig Marduk.
Okay.
Or no, the second.
I think you're right.
King, his best friend. The trainer for Armor King or was Armor King.
Yeah.
So he learned from Armor King how to be king. He was killed by Marduk. That was how the story went.
Okay. And then there's a bunch of like revenge on Murdoch, and then Armor King, who got the revenge, was like, oh, you're not really, you're one of the orphans or something like that. It's
something like that.
Weird shit.
So this is Tekken 7 Armor King.
I remember when this came out. Why do they always make the same? Characters DLC?
That's the one. Remember, I had that yelling argument about that shit. We're literally buying back the same characters that we already had.
Why not make these base roster and give us the characters we haven't had in a while?
That was another. That was a debate. Yeah. Instead of making us pay for these dumbass characters over and over again, put them on the base roster, or make them part of it. Oh my god, that was dope. I
got you.
So he was always that way.
Okay.
But my thing is that like, you're making us pay for the same DLC that we bought in Tekken 7.
Yeah, it's kind of like this. Like the same,
and you're making us do it twice because we remember some Eddie Gordo, Lydia, season 1. That was literally season 3 inside of except for Eddie Gordo was on the base roster in Tekken 7. That's the only difference.
Yeah, give us like I think Street Fighter does a decent job of giving us characters we haven't had in a while, or characters that we like. I know I'm super positive, 100% sure I'm not gonna see Zeku this time around, right? Like it's not gonna happen. But like, imagine if like Zeku was like, just the character that I just love. Imagine if Luke was a DLC character.
Imagine if I have a feeling that if they do bring back some sort of a ninjutsu character besides Kimberly, it's gonna be Guy.
I would like that. I would like that because we haven't had Guy in a minute.
We haven't had Guy since
4. Exactly. I'll be cool with that. And he had. And RB still around, so he can like be on JB still around, so he can. That's where he first like cut his teeth on that character. But anyways, what do you think about F your mom? Hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husbands, because everybody out here.
He's old as hell. You can tell.
Anyways, let us know what you think about it. See you guys on the next one. Podcast is already up, and
that was a banger. I'm just gonna let you know that.
He wants to say something about. I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna let you do your outro because you're on it now.
Don't get mad like I do. Only improve.
Sometimes it takes a while to improve, though. Is all I'm trying to say.
Stop using that excuse. I'm trying to tell you.